Hey everybody, it's Brothers Forge Gaming here. One of our favorite series is Might and Magic. Preferably Heroes of Might and Magic on PC. Number 2, 3, 4, probably our favorites. 5 is also good. But here we have a different rendition of a tried and true formula of Might and Magic. You might recognize some of these characters from the Heroes of Might and Magic 5, 6 era. They look more like that. They're more of the factions. But here are some quick options. You can do quick battle, multiplayer online, which is kind of a grind, and some of the features people drop or they basically time you out. So, once they get rage quit or whatever, you have to sit there and wait for them. So that's kind of one of the killer sides of the multiplayer. But such is all online gaming. Now there is a nice campaign that you can do. It's got takes you through a story mode of each of the factions, and you unlock characters and stages and power-ups and units and troops. It's worthwhile. Plus you get unlocks. Real quick, we're just going to look at quick battle, show you what the game's all about. Now in the quick battle, or any of the battles really online, you can do the artifacts or not. I like to do the artifacts. When you're playing online, sometimes I like to not do the artifacts because people find ways to break those, Okay, now here's a look at some of the different factions you can be. You can be there's usually two versions of each guy. So one guy is more of a tank, one guy is more of a DPS. Now you'll notice they each have a different special ability. These are the Necros, these are the Wizards right here. The Wizards are very powerful. The Knights are all around good. They've got a lot of options you can use. These guys are more straight DPS. I like to go with Enwyn. She's probably my favorite character. She has just a straight DPS spell, and I like the character units in this one. So let's check it out. Alright, so here are some of the different troops you can use. There are certain strategies. A lot of people use the same units. There's timing and linking and things you need to do. It's fun to mix it up. I think the bears are cool, and all these guys have different abilities as well. So as you see here, depending on your playstyle is how you would pick these. Now, I usually only pick one unit because I like the tree guy. He's the way to go. He's my favorite special character in this unit. Now the dragon is cool too if you want some DPS, but I do prefer the tree guy. So that's a quick look at how to set up your army. Let's take a look at the battlefield. Oh, real quick, there's some different artifacts you can do because I did turn that on. That's a pretty good one. Just again, depending on your playstyle, which kind of units you want to use. These are usually pretty helpful. You come back to life if you die, so if you're not paying attention and you just somehow get wrecked, it just gives you a chance when you're grinding points to, come back without having to restart. Now the wall one respawning is good, but sometimes when you don't want walls out there, because the walls it's all a numbers game, so it takes numbers, so you got to choose between walls and units. Okay, so here's what it looks like when the battle starts. You get different kinds of troops in random places. Now you can choose to go offensive or defensive. Now right away, if you see these are almost considered free moves. So if you remove this unit and form a formation, it counts as a free move. Now there's different formations, linking, fusion, stacking. There's all sorts of crazy combat strategies you learn in this game, which is adds so many layers, and why it makes it one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 3. I believe you can also get this on the Nintendo DS. It's very similar. I think it might be just a little bit less content, but it's possible it's very much the same, or maybe it's you can't get the DLC. Yeah, that's what it is. If you buy the 3DS one, I don't believe it comes with the DLC. Anyway, so I don't have any wall moves per se. So now that I've done these bears over here, I'll show you an example of linking. So these guys are going to go in 2 turns. As you can see there, they're going to go at the same time. It gives them a power-up boost. Again, and on these bigger units here, you need to match the color. So you want to get the green units, and it takes 4 to power up that Durgan. Not really seeing any good moves left, so I'm going to just move that guy. Now the CPU during the campaign, it does have different levels of difficulty. So towards the end game of each character you progress through, towards the end of it, it gets very difficult. The beginning and the end. So it is worthwhile against the CPU to start out. The learning curve it's not steep, I'd say, but there is a learning curve, an apparent one. Now see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to form this unit behind, but see they already have units ready to fire, so it's almost a bad idea to build your unit there because he's going to take a direct hit. So what you need to do is build a wall like that guy. So I made a slight player mistake there, but I should be able to get the dragon to fire this turn. Well, not to fire, but to form. So, like as I mentioned, it takes 4. Now, with these units, you have to be careful too. Depending on where they're lined up, if you move them to the wrong place at the wrong time, you will make the wrong formation. You can also do double moves, triple moves. There's all sorts of layers to this game, which is, like I said, why I enjoy this game. It's fun to do the campaign, just chilling by yourself. I don't know how many people are still competitively playing this online, but it got to the point where you almost didn't want to play online because it, just various online factors and things they didn't think about when they programmed the game make the online experience less than fun. But every now and then you do get a good match against a cool dude and you have a good time. As you can see here, I have 15 reinforcements I can call in. I don't really have any moves, but I also don't like the board state. So what I might do is just make a couple formations and I can get these guys to link here. Nope, actually I didn't move it at the right place. See, so now they both attacked my big dragon. I should have tried to build a wall there. Wasn't really paying attention. But that is nice because it does divert damage from yourself. Now if you guys are a fan of the channel, I'm pretty into Magic the Gathering, the card game. I think it's a lot of fun. To me, this has some of the elements of that game as far as strategy goes, and that is partly why I like it. So here would be considered, I'm going to build a wall. So check this out, it's kind of a free move. Gives me a wall to protect my dragon. Now, walls are also good in case you need to protect your life points. There again, you can stack the wall, so now I'm protecting my dragon here. If I were to say try to form another dragon, which is what I'm going to do. And again, all the different units have different abilities, different hit points, attack points. They all do slightly different things, which gives the game replayability and just, makes it a lot of fun. See, I wasn't paying attention and I screwed that up. And as I was saying, the campaign is quite a lot of fun to play through. There are unlocks and characters, units, things like that, artifacts that you do want to play through the campaign to unlock that will make your overall experience more entertaining. Ooh, see now that guy's effect is he leaves a goo path on there. I actually wasn't paying attention, not sure how long I've had my special. Oh, I don't quite have it. But once I get my special, I can maybe shoot a direct arrow and take this guy out. But his is ready. Now I can either call in reinforcements and try to get lucky on the yellow dragon, Ah, it didn't give me any units for back there. But that's okay. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, oh, this is bad. See now, because he wasn't protected and he wasn't formed, he took out my main unit there, and now I had to pull and hope to get another one. Yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, EZ and I and the brothers at the Forge, we grew up playing Heroes of Might and Magic on the PC, one of our favorite style games, strategy, multiplayer, all the good stuff you'd want. And this is just a different style. Before I do stuff like that, I should go for the kill shot. So there it is, the kill shot. Alright, so that's going to do it. That's a look at Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. You've been hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming. Like I mentioned, this is probably one of my favorite games of this style puzzle game. It infuses RPG elements to puzzle. I always like that. Another game like that is Puzzle Quest on the PS2. Gems of War is a more current one, which is a version of that. Now, I would love to see a reboot of this with more modern features, updated graphics, maybe a little bit better structure for playing online to get those griefers off your back. Now, it does look like you can play offline multiplayer, which is excellent. So, you know, this game is very fun, but as I mentioned, the CPU is decent to begin with, but as you progress through the game, you develop skills, and the AI just isn't quite challenging enough anymore. But again, if you like what you see, this game is available as a download on the PlayStation 3, and also you can get it on the 3DS. Or sorry, rather, the DS. As a recommendation, I highly recommend this game if you like puzzle games, or really just if you like gaming. It's just overall a good game. We'll see you next time, guys.